You're listening to the Daily Coach Podcast, where you'll discover some of the best and most creative ways to level up your life by leveraging the power of self-coaching. A place where thinking outside the box and dreaming big is the norm. If you want real, actionable, and proven ideas that can help make your personal dreams a reality, then go ahead and visit us online at thedailycoach.me. Now, here's your host, Orville J. Parker, aka Coach.
Hey, what's up? What's up? This your man, Orville J. Parker, aka Coach. Man, welcome to this video. It's been a while since I shot a video. I was sitting here getting ready to get some work done, and I had just came off a walk with my dog Pluto, and I was thinking about a lot of things. I was thinking about, okay, my life in 2019. I was thinking about my purpose, the impact that I want to have, the projects that I'm working on, the trials, tribulations, the adversity that I experienced in 2018 and in 2019. I was thinking about destination. I was thinking about future self. And I was sitting here and I was like, it's not as hard as we make it, when it comes to leveling up, manifesting. All right. A lot of times I think that we see what it is that we need to do, but it either looks so simple, all right, or it's just so foreign to our current reality that we dismiss it. And where I'm going with this is that for this past week, I've been looking at my job, my family, my health, my business, and I've been like, okay, Orville, in order for you to take it to the next level, what are you going to have to do? What are you going to have to do in order to level up in an impactful way? When you think about it, the Pareto principle, all right, says that 80% of your results or your desired results will come from 20% of your effort. And I have been looking at this whole thing with focus, with systems. And I was like, I was sitting here, over the past couple of months, and I was like, man, I've learned a lot in 2018, 2017, 2018, 2019 about process, about protocol. I learned a lot about how to manifest a desired result. When it comes to, having clarity of what it is that you want, being able to make goals, planning. Planning is what is assigning purpose to your time, habits, rituals, how to track. You only can grow what you can measure, right? And I was looking at all these different things, and I was like, okay, there is a formula and a protocol to manifestation of success. And that, I believe, is one of the most powerful statements, because I believe in that statement, or in the lack of that statement, is where a lot of us fall down. We don't understand that there's rules to the game. We don't understand that there's laws and rules that we have to follow in process. And if you don't follow those rules, or you don't follow those laws, you're not going to manifest at the level you need to manifest, because you break down that process. So as I look at 2019 is half about a continuation of what worked up until this point. I have a long list of books that I'm going to be reading. My whole goal is to read an average of one book a week, right? And a lot of journaling, a lot of thinking on paper, getting my ideas, my thoughts out of my mind and putting it on a piece of paper where I can deconstruct it, reverse engineer it, and put it back together and make it make sense to me, right? That whole journaling process showed me that I can come smack dab face to face with who I am and my reality on a day-by-day basis, to hold myself accountable on a day-by-day basis. All right. And so that did good last year. I reprogrammed my mind. I learned a lot of things. I got a lot of people started in this whole process. But I was looking at it and I was like, okay, in 2019, if we really want to take it to the next level, what is going to be required to go to the next level? And I just kept thinking about process, systems. All right. And so I'm currently starting a book by Michael Gerber. It's called The E-Myth Manager. Okay, if you guys out there, you read the E-Myth, you understand about this whole concept. And the more I'm looking at things, the more I'm reading this book, the more I understand that last mile or that missing ingredient for me is to systematize everything I'm doing in my life. And I know that might sound extreme to a lot of you guys, because you're like, damn, systematize everything? Yeah. I'm talking about creating a system or an operating system for everything in my life. How I interact with my family, being very intentional. This can look like, okay, when I'm with my family, I'm present. I turn off all electronic devices. I'm focused in. This can mean plotting out and planning and scheduling time for my wife, for my boys. And not only scheduling the time, but being very intentional what we do at the time, assigning purpose to that time. All right, if I'm going to spend X amount of hours with my wife on this Saturday, this is what I got planned. Being so mindful and so grateful for the opportunity to spend that time, that I take the time to plan it out to make sure that we maximize our experience. All right, but having a system of how I do family, having a system of how I do work. How do I get up every day? How do I prepare for work? How do I engage and execute in work? And then how do I close the door on work? Having a plan for my finance. We all have plans. We budget. We try to live below our means, all this kind of stuff. But what if we took it to another level? What if we looked at it and say, okay, every aspect of this, I'm going to systematize this so everything is intentional as much as I can have it intentional. And to do that, you have to really engage in a higher level or a deeper level of thinking and planning, right? With your body, how can I create a system for growth, health-wise, mental-wise, spiritually? How can I do that? What does that look like? If I was to put together the perfect operating system, the perfect plan, what would it look like? And see, this is the thing. Follow what I'm saying. As you read and reprogram your mind, and you adopt new thoughts and ideas and then new viewpoints, when you start changing paradigms and you start saying, okay, look, how can I pull something out of this to activate in my life? And you start creating these daily rituals, these habits. You follow what I'm saying? If you systematize everything in your life to the best of your ability, you can move into an area where things get more predictable, all right? Where you're able to look at that area of your life and you're able to optimize it because you've thought it through. You're doing things intentionally. So if this A is not working with B, C, D, you're able to identify that. So you remove A or you enhance A. You follow what I'm saying? So this is where I'm at in 2019. This is where I'm taking my mastermind group. This is where I'm taking the people that I love. I'm going to challenge myself and everybody else to look at your life and say, okay, how can I optimize this? How can I go to the next level? By being very intentional, by creating a system, habits, rituals that I do on a day-by-day basis in order to move closer to run head first into the next version of myself. Powerful stuff. All right. All right, guys. Again, this is Robert J. Parker, aka Coach. Coach me in creating opportunity and change habitually. I'll see you guys on the other side of success. Thank you.